everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is another worth the splurge or not episode. So today we are going to be reviewing the Apple Watch. So just in case you don't know, the Apple Watch is a new amazing tech gadget that a lot of people are using. I feel like almost everyone has the Apple Watch, whether it's like the newer series or the older versions. But for me, it took me a while to finally go and get the Apple Watch just because I personally did not see myself wearing the watch. I'm not really a big fan of the overall look and design, but also I don't really get the point behind the Apple Watch. As much as I hate to say, I have my phone on me almost like 24/7, and I felt like having the Apple Watch was kind of in a way like a second phone. And I just didn't really get the whole big deal about it, and I had my what ifs. So it's like something that I wanted to go ahead and splurge and buy, but it's also something that I just didn't really see the big point behind. So I finally went ahead and did it, and I bought the Apple Watch, and I'm very excited to give you guys an honest opinion and feedback from someone who didn't really think that they needed it or really wanted it, but just it was kind of an impulse buy. So if you are like me and on the fence about whether or not to get the Apple Watch, definitely take a look at this video. Just before we start, I want to say a big thank you to all of my new subscribers, and also a big thank you to everyone that has been following me from the start of my channel. As of today, we are at 181 subscribers, and I am super thankful for all of you for watching all of my videos, commenting, subscribing, liking, any type of activity that you do on my channel. I am super thankful that you guys watch me and trust me on whether it's like a tutorial, hauls, reviews, anything. And like I always say, if you have any feedback or if you guys have any type of video suggestions, make sure that you leave it down below. So without further ado, let's get started on the review. So like I mentioned, the purchase of this was very impulsive. I went to the mall, and the only reason I went to the mall was because I had to pick up a couple of things from Zara. And I actually every single day for like about 2 weeks was going on apple.com and looking at the Apple Watches and reading the pros and cons, going on Google and searching pros and cons of like the Apple Watch to see if I really needed it or not. And I just never bought it. So when I went to the store, they had it in stock, and I just purchased it, and here we are today. So here it is, the Apple Watch. There is nothing more that I love than Apple's packaging. I feel like it's so minimalist and just really nice, just a nice white box with Apple Watch on it. And in case you guys are wondering, I got the Apple Watch SE, and I got it in the space gray aluminum case in the Midnight Sports band. So just to give you guys a little bit of feedback behind my choice, the SE is a little bit cheaper than the new, I think it's like the 7 that's out right now. So the reason that I decided to pick the SE was after much research and talking with the people at Best Buy and then the people at Apple, I came to the conclusion that the new Apple Watch series and the SE, the only difference was like the EKG, like the heart monitor and like the blood oxygen level. There really wasn't a big significant difference, and that's what the associates at the store kept telling me. That was the main difference between the two. So if you're unsure like me about whether you want to get the watch or whether you're going to be using the watch a lot, I would definitely consider the SE. It is a cheaper version. I'm pretty sure nobody can tell if you have the SE or the 7 or 6, whichever one it is. And they can really do the same thing. What I was looking to get the most out of was a fitness aspect, closing the rings, which I will explain later on, monitoring my calories and how much I'm burning, and just kind of like going on to like that fitness aspect of the watch, and then occasionally having it for texts or emails later on in the future, like maybe once I'm back in the office and I'm in a meeting and I can't, I don't have my phone with me, just certain scenarios like that, or if I'm like on a walk and my phone's in my pocket and I can just see the message on my watch screen. So that is why I decided to get the SE, and I got it in the 40mm size. I am petite and this is my wrist size. It's very little. So there was no point in getting it in like the bigger screen, the 44 mm. So that's why I decided to get it in the 40. It looked good. I don't really need a big screen. And I felt like the SE, which I think was like $250 or $275, the price range, I feel like that was kind of what I was going for. There was no need to spend like an obscene amount of money on the new series unless that was something that I knew for a fact that I was going to be using all the time and getting a lot of use out of, and I was really into the product. So the SE was a little bit cheaper. It was a cheaper version and it wasn't as far out as the Series 3, which I've been hearing very bad things about. The SE was new and it was like in the, I think it was like made this year or something. That's what they were telling me. So, you know, it's not going to have any type of issues or anything, which is something that I was looking to avoid because I hate like updating my watch or updating my phone and stuff like that. Like I suck at those things. So therefore I kind of wanted a watch that I could just like charge and plug in and do like very minimal upkeeps with it. And that's what they said that the SE was good for. Plus for the price, you were getting basically the same exact things as the new series, except for the fact, like I mentioned, like the heart monitoring and the blood oxygen levels. So then I got, like I mentioned, the space gray color. They had like a rose gold, which I thought was cute. But overall, I see myself wearing black a lot. I wear a lot of neutral colors, black, gray, white, and then like nudes and an occasional pop of color. And I just felt that the black, the space gray aluminum band was just going to be so much better for me. And then the midnight sports band that I picked, the black band, just a standard black. I feel like you can't really go wrong with picking black. There were a lot of really nice colors in the band. They had this very nice, I think, I don't even know the name, but it was kind of like a nice like green, but it was kind of like a dark green where it kind of looked like a navy blue mixed with green. And they said they were actually out of it, but they said that that was a summer color, like a summer release. And I am on the fence about going and getting that color as well, but I just felt that the black was a very good first choice. I would have gotten the white, but I did hear a lot of reviews about the white band getting dirty very easily. So I felt that the black band was going to have very minimal upkeep and it was going to go with basically all of my outfits and everything and also look professional. I am on the hunt for maybe a couple of new bands. So if you do know a couple of places to get bands besides Apple that are very nice and, you know, look cute, definitely link them down below. I would love to see where you guys get your bands. So when you open the box, you can see that it has like the little Apple Watches inside. And then the first box that you're going to see is going to be the band. So what I actually appreciate as a petite person is that the band comes with like an adjuster. So just to open this for you. So you get the band, and then there's actually, so I guess this is for like a, if you have like a bigger wrist, and then this is for the smaller wrist. So I have a smaller wrist, so I took the one here on the bottom, but you know, just to say like if I wanted to have like more space or something, I could use this band here. So just to let you guys know, sizing is not an issue because they do accommodate it in this small and medium size right here, and then a medium and large size. So if you guys are petite and stuff, the small medium worked great for me. It's definitely like loose if I want it to be loose, and I can definitely make it a lot tighter. Will I probably get use out of the medium large? Probably not. I actually will not be getting use out of this, but I feel that it is nice that they included it. So just to let you guys know, the instructions are on the top, and then if you guys get the band, it comes in the two sizes, the small medium and the medium large. So like I mentioned, this is the watch and what it looks like. It's in the space gray aluminum case and in the midnight sports band. And this is with the small medium band put on. And I actually love how it looks like. It's just all black. My location shows here, so I'm just gonna exit out of that. But you can definitely change the your watch face. So, you know, you can personalize it to what you like to show different types of things. So for instance, I'll just keep it like this, so you guys can't see the location, but I personalize it like this. So it has like the weather of my location, the time, the date, and then on the bottom, it has like the sports rings, my fitness rings, and it also has my heart rate, and then it has the breathe app, which I really like. I mean, sometimes in the middle of the day, it'll just tell me to breathe and I'll be like stressed out or something, and I'll just take a nice deep breath and feel relaxed. So I really do enjoy that. Just to give you guys a glimpse of one of my favorite things that I was talking about, these are the rings. So as you can see, I've basically almost completed all of them for the day. I just have to stand for a little bit more, as if my watch didn't know that I was working all day. But it's really good because you can kind of like set realistic goals that you want for yourself on the watch, and then basically the rings close once you reach the goals. So for my move, I just started out at 400 calories. So today I reached 430 out of the 400 calories. For exercise, I put 30 minutes. Now, before I kind of like went back to working, I was working out like 1 to 2 hours per day. But you know, after doing like the whole entire work from home, sometimes like things have been pretty busy, so I've been working out maybe like 30 to 45 minutes per day, sometimes an hour. But you know, as long as you get the 30 minutes and you know you get outside, that's all that matters. So my exercise today, I did 72 minutes, so I went above my 30-minute goal. And then for standing, it makes you stand like 12 hours a day. So right now I am at 11 hours, so very close to my goal. And then it says your steps on the bottom, your total distance, and then it actually kind of like translates it into flights climbed. And then you can do like your weekly summary. You can change your goals if you feel that you're going to like up your goals more, or lower your goals more as well. It's actually really cool as well because you can track your calories burnt during certain exercises, and you can kind of customize the exercises as well. So for instance, today I was on the treadmill, and then I did kind of like strength training, like different types of like weights and machines at the gym. So I was able to track that today. So you can also compete on the watch and share your goals with other people that have the Apple Watch as well. So you can kind of like do like competitions and also share your workouts, like how much you're burning, etc., with other people. And then it has an award section. And then in the watch, you have so many options. You can like send your emails, track your workouts, breathe, look at your calendar. You can actually like take phone calls. So I bought the GPS only. I did not buy the cellular version just because, like I mentioned, I feel like I always have my cell phone with me. So they said as long as the cell phone is like within like a close distance, then you know you should be okay to like receive something. So for instance, I was upstairs and I left my phone upstairs and I went downstairs to the kitchen, and I received an email and a text message. So I actually didn't think it was going to work from that far, but it did end up working. I did end up receiving the email and text message from leaving my phone upstairs, and I received it on my watch. But I'm assuming like if you leave your phone in the car by accident, like I don't think your watch is going to, if you have the GPS, I don't think your watch is going to be receiving those things. But I do know a couple of people who have the cellular version, and I think that if it's, you know, good for you and it works out for you, then I feel like that's definitely worth the splurge and worth getting as well. But for me, I think this is perfectly fine, the GPS version and the SE version. I have been using it a lot, and I use it, like I mentioned, more for the fitness aspect when I'm like working out, or like when I'm working and it's telling me to stand up or to breathe, or to kind of like, I see that like my steps are low, so I'll try to like stand up and like step a little bit, walk around a little bit. So I'm definitely using it for that sort of aspect. Like I mentioned, my job, I'm working from home right now, so I feel like once I go back into the office, then I think that the watch will definitely be handy, and I will definitely be able to get more use out of it because I'm not gonna like be on my phone in my desk, so I'll probably like look at my watch or something, etc. I don't know. I feel like there's so much. I've only had the watch for like 2 weeks, so I feel like there's so much more that I have to learn about the watch, and it does look pretty nice on. The other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is the charging. So in case you guys don't know, the one of the complaints about the Apple Watch is the battery life. So I think that when I charge the Apple Watch, it gives me about a day and a half or max 2 days of battery life, and then it'll go red and I need to charge the Apple Watch again. So I mean, it's not really anything negative for me. I'll just go and like plop it on the charger and it'll, charge. But, for some people, that is something that they don't really like, charging it all the time. So just wanted to put that out there. That is one of the kind of like negative comments about it, is the battery life. But it's not, for me, it's not really a big deal. Like I mentioned, I let it like fully charge and it gives me like around like a day and a half or like max 2 days, I've noticed, before I have to like go and charge it again. So this is what it looks like on. Just like trying to show so it looks, nice. I like it. I think like the black version for me works out really good. I couldn't really see myself going with like a pink band or like a light blue band, but I think like they have so many different color options. They also have like the chain option that you could get like with like a nice like watch, or like the leather bands. So there's so many different ways that you could customize this watch to truly be yours. And in a way, I think that if you're looking to splurge on a watch, I'm not really a big watch wearer, but I think that if you're a big watch wearer and you're looking to splurge on a watch, maybe like get the Apple Watch. I mean, the other watches, you can't really like look at other things on it. You can't look at your emails, you can't look at your text messages, it doesn't really tell you to breathe. So you're just kind of like buying another watch, I guess, for like the look or aesthetic or like the brand name. But I feel like the Apple Watch kind of is a good bargain for your money, especially if you know that you're the type of person who's going to get a lot of use out of it. So just to go back on the topic of charging the watch, I want to show you guys the charger. So here it is. So this is a charger that it comes with, just like the Apple Watch, and then you would put like the case of the watch right here, and it would just like automatically kind of like magnetic stick to it, and you would let it charge. But I do want to let you guys know that many of you probably already have it, but the box is going to be different. So the Apple Watch charger has this little outlet cord right here. So as you can see, I bought this at Best Buy, the little cube, and then you can just like put it in here and it'll charge. But if you guys are using the old cube, then you guys definitely need to, it's not going to work. And I know that because I have the original like Apple cube that they used to give for free. And if I never would have bought this like a while ago, I actually completely forgot I even bought this, but if I didn't have this, then I probably would have had to like go out and buy it, and that's something that I didn't know. So in case you guys are buying the Apple Watch, just make sure that you guys have or buy beforehand the new cube for it with the new little outlet thing, because if you don't, then it's not going to work with the original cube. So last but not least, I want to talk about the Apple Watch versus the Fitbit. So I think that one of the main things is the name. I think a lot of people are getting the Apple Watch because it connects to the phone, the name like Apple, etc., etc. So I actually had a Fitbit like when it first became a thing, when it was just like a little, it looked like a little like, I don't even know, it was just so little. So I had the Fitbit back then, and I used it to like count my steps, and it was just very minimal, and I think it would like read your text messages across like a screen. But that's what I had it, and I actually like the Fitbit, but I know like Fitbit has incredible new models now, and very similar to the Apple Watch, and also a lot more budget friendly. And I think honestly, if you're in between like the Fitbit and the Apple Watch, there isn't really a big difference. When I spoke to the sales associate at Best Buy, he was telling me that the Fitbit actually has a lot better battery life than the Apple Watch. But most people just don't want to get it just because of the name or some certain things that the Apple Watch can do and like connecting with your phone. I haven't really explored the Fitbit in depth to tell you guys whether it can connect to your phone or whether it does certain things. But I have seen like the Fitbit and like the newer versions, and I feel like they are upgraded and they do very similar things. And some of them, like I've heard that may even like do more than the Apple Watch, especially if you're looking for like a fitness aspect. And I heard that it does track your sleeping a lot better, like your how many hours of sleep you're getting. So definitely don't check off the Fitbit from your list if you're in between the Fitbit and the Apple Watch. Make sure that you get the watch that is right for you and your goals and what you're trying to achieve. So like I mentioned, I've had this watch for about 2 weeks, and so I would give it an 8 out of 10. I feel that in terms of like what I wanted out of the watch, it does a lot. The battery life isn't really a big no for me, so I just charge it. But if that's important to you, I would definitely put that on the list. I think the watch does pretty much everything. It's kind of like a second phone. So I love the fact that it keeps me more physically active, reminds me to be more physically active, tracks certain things for me. I like that occasionally I can see a text message or an email on here. I can receive a phone call on my watch as well. So I kind of like certain things like that. I think in a way it kind of definitely is worth the splurge, depending what type of person you are and depending what type of things you want your watch to kind of like give you. I don't know. I feel like right now it's kind of like a new toy and I'm wearing it like almost every single day. And that's kind of how when the Fitbit came out, I was wearing the Fitbit daily every single day. And then as time went by, I just kind of like stopped wearing the Fitbit, and now my Fitbit is like somewhere dead. And that's something that I told the sales associate before I bought. I was like, I'm hoping that I'm gonna get a lot of use out of this watch because it is pricey, and also I mean, it is nice, and I just hope that it's not something that I'm just going to end up like not wearing like a few months from now. So I definitely am trying to get my use out of it. But like I mentioned, I feel like if you're always on the go, or if you're in a setting where you can't check your phone all the time, then the Apple Watch is a really great option for you. I definitely also think that you should consider the Fitbit options as well, because I have heard and seen that like a lot of the newer Fitbit versions are, on the line to like compete with Apple Watches as well. But if you're like me and you were like on the fence of getting the Apple Watch or not, I would definitely consider the SE as a cheaper alternative to like the newer versions. I think it definitely is worth the splurge, because you're not splurging as much as like the new version, like the 6 or 7. I don't know which one's the newer one, but the SE is still a good option, and it recently came out this year, so you're not going to have like any issues, etc., as like the Series 3 version. So I would definitely consider the SE. I think it does basically everything, and it looks really nice as well. So I feel like you'll definitely get your money's worth. So I hope that you guys enjoyed my mini Apple Watch review. I think that overall the Apple Watch is worth the splurge if it gives you the things that you were looking for in a watch. So I would definitely recommend the watch, and I would also recommend you to check out the Fitbit versions as well if the Apple Watch is out of your budget, or you're kind of like debating it. So overall, that is my opinion. If you guys liked the video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, and if you're new to this channel, make sure that you subscribe down below. Your support means a lot to me. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.